thing is, when I'm creating a pointer object, it is pointing to the location of the object. That's it. So here what I will do, here I'm explaining you regarding upcasting and downcasting both. Fine. So for that reason, I'm just playing with the help of an pointers. So here I'm taking help of pointer. Fine. So this I'm doing. So I have created an pointer. Then what I will do here, I will create an object here, one for base. Next, I'm going to create an object for derived. Okay. And now I wanted to give call to the particular function. So what I will do, I will just initialize this bptr with the address of d. Okay. And now I will give call to my function. Now, pointer. So, sorry, pointer variable, how we can access. So pointer variable, if we wish to access by, to some function or the variable, we need to use this particular symbol, pointer symbol. Okay. So what I did, I created a base pointer. I created two different simple objects for base and derive, and then I just initialized my pointer with some address. Is it okay? And then I'm just giving call to the function. So let's try now. Now here I'm passing this, just a minute. Just a minute. Huh? So what is there? The base operand has non-pointer type derived. Okay, sorry. This should be bptr. Fine, this should be bptr because this is a pointer variable. So here it is giving call to your derived class function show. Now what I will do? I will reinitialize it with the another object. Let's try for the another thing. Now B is what? B is an object of your base class, and I'm initializing this pointer with the base class. Now let's try for this. So what I'm doing, bptr and then show. Okay. Now let's try for this. Now see, just a minute. I'll just use here an identifier endl. Here also I will use endl. Okay. Now see. Now even though I'm working with an polymorphism, I'm having the same name function in the base and derived class, but with the help of an pointer, what I'm doing is I'm just I'm passing the control to separate my base class and the derived class, which was not possible when I was playing with the normal object. जब मैंने normal object से call किया था, तो every time the control was passed to my derived class. बेस क्लास के लिए आपको बेस क्लास का ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट करना पड़ेगा, बट इन दैट केस देयर इज नो मीनिंग ऑफ योर इनहेरिटेंस. सो व्हाट आई डिड, I created a pointer of my parent class, and I cannot create a pointer of you can create a pointer of your derived class also, okay, but here first I'm telling you for the base class pointer. So when I'm creating a pointer of my base class, then I can reinitialize that. Now this is declaration, fine, this is declaration of a pointer. And then after that, what is happening? I'm just initializing this. So this process is called as an initialization. And this process is called as an declaration. I initialize this my pointer with some value, that is address of the variable. If it is a derived, I had initialized. Now it will execute for derived. Then I reinitialized it for base, and then it executed for base. Okay, so this is nothing but how we are playing with. And this concept, when I'm doing this kind of initialization, this concept is known as an upcasting. Fine. Similarly, what if I can play with my derived class? For example, अगर मैंने derived का pointer create किया, so I had created a pointer of derived class, and then what I will do, I will just initialize this with the address of this one. Now let's try to execute. Let's try for the execution now. यहाँ मैंने क्या किया? Here I had created a derived class pointer, I initialize it. This is declaration. Fine. So when I'm declaring it, it is pointing to no one. It is pointing to no one. It is pointing to null. Okay. So I don't need to initialize it. So I initialized it with the address of my base object, and then I'm giving call to my show. Let's see now where the control will pass on. So it gave me an error. What is that error? Derived. एक minute. Just sorry. The name of I use different thing. No, that's why. Just a minute. DPTR I did, and for here, invalid conversion from base to derive. Okay, I'll try to make it here only equals to address of B. I'll try to use different object. Let's see. Here I will use B1, and then here I will pass B1. Oh, why it is giving error? Okay, so forget that thing. Fine. So I cannot initialize that thing basically, but you can do that thing for DPTR if I'm using, and I'm initializing this for, I'm just taking here another variable. I'm taking here D1. Then here I'm just initializing that with D1. And then I'm giving call to DPTR and then show. So it is executed. Now in this case, why it is executed? Because I'm converting, this is both are of the same, what I can say, a data type. This is also data type a derive, and this is also having a data type as a derive. I can convert from derive to base, but can I convert from base to child? So the answer is no. And that's why when I executed this, you can see this, when I executed this equals to address of B1, it was giving me an error. What was that error? That conversion is not possible directly from your parent to child. If you wish to do it, what I have to do here, I have to do the typecasting. So how you can do the typecasting? In that case, you can do the typecasting like this. Just a minute. Typecasting can be done here. Let me check. Just a minute. Upcasting is clear, all of you. This is downcasting. एक मिनट. Which one? Here I will just comment it out. Okay, now you can see. See, previously I didn't wrote this. What I tried to do. This one is clear, all of you. Upcasting, A and B division. Why I'm doing this? Because I'm I'm making a base class function as a virtual function. When I'm making a base class function as a virtual function, I do need to create a pointer of the base class. आपने जिसमें virtual function declare किया है, virtual function कहाँ बोला है? Base class में. So every time the pointer will be of base class only, and then you can initialize that base class pointer with the address. आपको base class का करना है, base class का करो, derived का करना है, derived का करो. When you're doing this is an upcasting. Any doubt with this upcasting? This concept is called as an upcasting, just to initialize a base class pointer with the address of your derived class. Any doubt? No. Okay. So in the downcasting, we are doing exactly opposite to that. I can create a pointer of my derived class, and I can reinitialize with the address of my base class. But whether this is possible, See, child can be converted to the base, because child can access the property of itself and its parent also. But can I convert the base into child? I cannot directly convert. I cannot directly initialize, right? So, because base can only access the data of base cannot access the data of derived. This we know. So, यहाँ पे what I did, I am creating a pointer of derived class, but I tried to assign that pointer with the value of my base class, which is not possible, and that's why it was giving me an error. Fine. Getting what I'm saying about this? It is very much similar to converting, this is nothing but converting one class type into another, which is not possible directly. So in this case, what I do need to do, ये दोनों का जो return type है, इसका return type क्या है? Derived. And what is the data type of this B1? Base. Now, whether the data types are similar? No. If the data types are not similar, can I assign the value? No. This we know. Fine. So how can I do this? So in that case, what I will do, I will just typecast the value. Typecasting means what? Conversion. So here I am doing the type conversion of base into derived. तो मैंने यहाँ पे कन्वर्जन कर दिया उसको, या ऐसे करेंगे तो भी होगा शायद. I will just make it similarly, मतलब दोनों का आपका डेटा टाइप सेम है. Yes, fine. So what I did now you can see इसका डेटा टाइप कन्वर्जन के बाद भी डिराइव पॉइंटर है एंड इसका डेटा टाइप भी पॉइंटर है. Fine, and then you are passing the control and you are executing it. So it is giving you, this is not executed now. Yes, so which I'm passing here, which object? Base class object. And which function is executed now? This is a base or derived class. Which function? Show. This will pass the control to the base class or the derived class. Hello? Can anyone tell me? Base class. Why? Because the right hand side variable is of which class? Base class. Fine. So here I am converting him, here I am passing the control to my base class, and hence the output is I am in the base class. So totally we have called show function thrice. This is for derived, this is for base, and this is also for base. And this concept of converting or creating a pointer for derived and then initializing it with the base or the derived is called as an downcasting. और जहां आप पॉइंटर क्रिएट करते हो बेस का, देन यू आर कन्वर्ट इनिशियलाइजिंग इट फॉर द डिराइव, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज एन डाउनकास्टिंग. जस्ट गो थ्रू दिस वंस. I will just copy paste it in the chat box also, and just give me 5 minutes. Just look onto this code, and if you're having any doubts, just raise your hands. Yes, B division students. So code is pasted in the chat box. You just go through it once, okay, and let me know if you're having any doubts. I'll wait for 5 minutes. If you're having any doubts on that, we will discuss it A division, same thing. The code is pasted in the chat box. Please go through it because this is very important. Fine. The concept of virtual function, upcasting and downcasting. If you're having any doubts, just raise your hand and let me know.
Ma'am, is any memory allocated to virtual function?
Any memory? Function is a virtual function. You are just, that is not the meaning of your normal layman meaning of that virtual. कि वो available नहीं है. It is not like that. आप जो इमेजिन करते हैं ना कि वर्चुअल का मीनिंग है इज इट इज नॉट इट इज वर्चुअली प्रेजेंट दैट इज नॉट द मीनिंग हियर so don't compare the virtual keyword with the layman meaning of virtual dictionary meaning of virtual okay this virtual keyword is basically just for the compiler कि अगर मैंने virtual keyword लिखा so compiler will understand that this function will also be present somewhere in the derived class so hence memory will be allocated for both okay don't compare it with the normal meaning of your virtual keyword जैसे आप virtually बोलते हो virtually I am present in the class है ना so don't compare that thing here ये compiler के लिए specifically है okay I think I have clear Rohan
Yes, ma'am.
okay yes Harsh
मैम आपने पहले एक कोड करके दिखाया जिसमें आपने बेस के ऑब्जेक्ट से कॉल पे शो किया और डिराइव का ऑब्जेक्ट
कहाँ पे ये मुझे आपको बताना है व्हाट इज अपकास्टिंग एंड डाउनकास्टिंग बिकॉज नंबर ऑफ टाइम क्वेश्चन इज कमिंग व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय अपकास्टिंग एंड व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय डाउनकास्टिंग आपके एमसीक्यूज में भी आता है एंड क्वेश्चन पेपर थियोरेटिकल में भी आता है फाइन सो यू शुड नो व्हाट इज अपकास्टिंग एंड डाउनकास्टिंग फॉर दैट रीजन मैंने ये पढ़ाया वन मोर थिंग the drawback was there in the inheritance when I am combining inheritance and polymorphism both the drawback is coming like every time the derived class function is getting executed मैंने इसके पहले आपको बताया करके राइट कि जब भी मैंने ट्राई किया एवरी टाइम द derived class function was executed not a single time I was able to call a base class function फाइन सो वो ड्रॉबैक रिड्यूस करने के लिए आई ट्राई टू यूज दिस कंसेप्ट ऑल्सो नाउ यू अंडरस्टैंड I'm playing with only one pointer. Just I'm reinitializing that pointer with the locations of your maybe the base and derived, and I'm giving call. But I'm playing with only one pointer. You can see BPTR ही मैंने create किया है. I'm just initializing it with different memory. That's it. But access आप उसी function उसी pointer से कर रहे हो. जबकि अगर आप डिराइव के ऑब्जेक्ट से कॉल करोगे तो हमेशा कौन सा फंक्शन कॉल होगा डिराइव्ड का ही कौन फंक्शन कॉल होगा राइट you cannot access the base class. That's why we try to use in this way. Yes, Harsh. I think I have cleared. Okay. Any one else from A division? Doubts? Okay. B division. No hand is raised. So no doubt, I suppose. Fine. So this was regarding the upcasting and the downcasting. And one more important thing which I did here, it is a typecasting. I converted this base class into derived. Why this I'm converting? I think you all are getting why this is important because your data types are different. The data type of left hand side is derived and the data type of right hand side is base. So the data types are different and we need to assign a value. So hence that for that reason I do need to convert it into the left hand side data type that I did here. Okay, so this is nothing but what I am talking about the the virtual function, the use of pointers, and the concept of upcasting and downcasting. So this was with respect to this one. Okay, have you all tried for the implementation of unary and binary? Okay, write down one statement, all of you, A and B division. Write a program. Write a program in C++ to overload unary minus operator. Write a program in C++ to overload unary minus operator. So what is this? You have to write a code for overloading unary minus. You all understand how to overload the unary and binary operator? I took that demo also and we had completed with that assignment also, complex number addition. PBL may almost many students they had done with that. A1 and A2 batch at least. B division, any doubt with this? I'm not there for lab, so I'm asking you specifically. B division?
No, ma'am.
No, okay. You're getting what I'm taking here.
Yes, ma'am.
So will you be able to write the code for, unary operator overloading minus? Karthik, Vaishnavi?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. So try to write it, take it as an assignment. Fine. Okay. One more thing. I'll just show you here only, which is very simple. When I'm writing any function, no, as in virtual, and when there's no definition. अगर उस फंक्शन में कोई डेफिनेशन नहीं है सो वो फंक्शन को आप क्या बोलोगे प्योर वर्चुअल फंक्शन नॉर्मली क्वेश्चन कम्स लाइक व्हाट इज प्योर वर्चुअल फंक्शन सो any function any virtual function which doesn't have a definition मतलब उसका definition जब zero है so that is known as an pure virtual function. You can write down that thing in your copy because it is very simple but you may not understand how to write the virtual function. So जैसे यहाँ पे एक definition दिया है, so this is not a virtual function, but sorry, this is not a pure virtual function. But for example, I am writing something here. And I don't have any definition here, but I am making it as in virtual. So this function can be termed as in pure virtual function. Fine. So when the definition of the function is zero, virtual function is zero, that becomes a pure virtual function. Any doubt? And what do you mean by abstract class? So here no definition. So you can also rewrite the same thing. How you can rewrite it? The meaning of this is, sorry, you can just copy down this thing. What is the meaning of this? I'm writing a function with no definition. That means its definition is zero. This function is called as in pure virtual function. One more thing. Remember, suppose consider, I'll just make it as a comment. Fine. Now remember, this class is there, base class. All of you can see this base class. All of you can see this base class. Okay. Now, how many functions are there? मैंने इसको तो comment कर दिया. So only one function is there in the base class. That is virtual function, which definition is not existing. So मतलब इसका definition क्या है? Zero, no definition. So such classes where you don't have anything inside it, such classes they are called as an abstract classes. Fine. So write down these things. You can also take a screenshot if you wish. When I'm having a virtual function with no definition, fine, that virtual function can be named as a pure virtual function. But the another question is, can you define this function in the derived class? So yes, we can define this function in the derived class. And the class which is not having any class body, that class is called as an abstract class. Okay, just take a screenshot of it, all of you. And once again, I'm saying just go through the videos till now because you're having your MTE exam now. Fine. So go through the videos of all the first 3 units. It will be an MCQ based test. Equal weightage will be there for all the 3 units. Okay, so this small things like abstract class, pure virtual function, then the questions may be on upcasting and downcasting. Fine, these are a syntax. So you have to remember the syntaxes also. The syntaxes may come in the options. So for that reason, I'm taking these things very minutely. Okay, the syntax of virtual function. Okay, what do you mean by an abstract class? Fine. So I think I have cleared this, all of you. Yes, 124.
Ma'am,
Hmm.
we have a doubt like आपने जो lecture से videos भेजे तो
Hmm.
हमें सिर्फ regular and binary operators तक ही मिलेगा।
अच्छा, वर्चुअल फंक्शन का नहीं मिला आपको?
नहीं,
अच्छा, ठीक है. ओके ओके.
हर division को वो problem आ रहा था जो आपने पहले question पूछे ना,
हाँ,
ये हम लोग को कोई आंसर नहीं दे रहा।
ओके. बट अभी मैंने यहाँ पे डेमो लिया तो समझा? अभी समझा? Okay, I will provide the notes on this also. Virtual functions पे, abstract classes पे. But अभी आपको ये समझा? What is virtual function? Why it is required? What is the concept of upcasting and downcasting and all? Because I think demonstration में ज़्यादा अच्छे से समझता है. For that reason, I'm taking a quick review on all those. अभी समझा है आपको? 24. हाँ, और ये virtual function, pure virtual function, abstract class. ओके, डोंट वरी ए एंड बी डिवीजन, आई एम गोइंग टू पोस्ट दी नोट्स ऑल्सो. जैसे मैंने फर्स्ट यूनिट के भेजे वैसे ही मैं सेकेंड एंड थर्ड के भी भेजूंगी फॉर योर MTE. इट विल हेल्प यू. सो डोंट वरी अबाउट इट. ट्राई टू प्रैक्टिस दिस कीवर्ड्स, हाउ वी कैन यूज इट, so that there will be no doubts to you. And अगर आपको कुछ डाउट है, you can ask me the doubts between 9 to 5. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so very quickly, I will just take an attendance for A division. B division, please wait. Sorry. Today I'll take it for B division first. A division, just wait.